Hello there, my name is Meshach, and I'd love to welcome you to Learn with Meshach. This channel serves as a platform where I share the things I'm learning in my daily endeavors that I believe could help you in one way or the other. Today, I'll be sharing how to deploy your first machine learning model using Streamlit, or let me say it in another way, how to build your first data science web application using Streamlit. If you find any value as you watch the video, I kindly ask you to consider clicking the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content of a similar nature. Let's get started. So this video is a sequel to a previous video where I talked about how to build your first machine learning project, and these are the codes, and you will find the final code, this notebook, attached to the video where you can download it and use it yourself. You can run it in Google Colab. I'm using Google Colab for running my Python code where I build my machine learning project and all, because Google Colab is online and you can just do things directly without having to install anything, any package, any dependency on your personal computer. So it is online. So just go to colab.research.google.com and you're up and running. Or just go to Google and just say Google Colab, and you can access Google Colab, and that's it. So today, what is the first thing we're going to do? We've been able to build a model, a machine learning model, a very simple machine learning model where we just, try to make prediction of the price of timber. And we've been able to do that in the last video. You can find the video attached and you can watch that, then come back to see this so that you can see the whole thing together. So we're at this stage now where we want to deploy the model into a web application. Why do we deploy model into web application? It is because people who want to use our model, who want to benefit from it, are not necessarily machine learning engineers or data scientists. They're just simple people who just want to get things done. So they need an interface to interact with our model and benefit from it. So that is it. So that is why we deploy our model into web application, so it can be useful for different people who don't have to code. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using Streamlit for our work. So Streamlit is what allows us to build a web application. So a faster way to build and share data apps. So you can see it, that's Streamlit, and it's free. You can see deploy on Community Cloud. It is free and you can just use it for your anything. Basically, I've used Streamlit for different projects in the past and it's really useful. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to import joblib. And what are we doing with joblib? Joblib allows us to package our model together so that it's not just all this code. So everything becomes packaged into just one file that is our model. Now, this is what we are doing. So we are saving the pipeline model. So I called the pipeline in the previous video when you watch it. So let me open this model training and testing, and you can see this is the pipeline. So it could have been any name. You could have renamed this to whatever you want. It could have been anything. But for me, I just called the pipeline because I put my model into a pipeline where I have the processor and the model. So if you watch the previous video, you're going to see, you're going to learn more about what I did here. So this is the model and I'm using joblib. So I'm just going to say joblib.dump and passing the model, which is the pipeline. Then I just give it a name. And that is just everything that we are doing here. And I'm going to run the code. So it's been able to package my model. So you can see timber price model .joblib. And that's it. It is that simple. You don't have to do anything separate from that. So the next thing is to use Streamlit, you need to install Streamlit. And that's why we're going to be using this. We're going to be calling this command, which is pip install Streamlit. And I'm going to run it. So install Streamlit. So it's going to be very fast for me because I've installed Streamlit before. And yeah, it's going to be, normally it could be a bit slower than this, but for me it's faster because I've installed Streamlit before. It may take a few more seconds for you. Now we've installed Streamlit, which will allow us to build everything that we want to do. Now let's get into the main thing. So over here now, the first thing we're going to do is we need to use this command to write our file into a Python application. We need to write our file into a Python application, because on a normal ground, Streamlit requires you to write every code you want to use to deploy your model in a Python file. But for me, I want to do all my work within Google Colab without having to open another development environment like VS Code or something. So I want to create a Python file within Google Colab. And why am I using this command again? Is because within Google Colab, everything you are doing is a Python notebook, IPYNB, but Streamlit expects you to write your code into a Python file, like .py. So that is why I'm using this command to make Streamlit understand that this cell is a Python file. It's different from a regular Python notebook. So that is the reason that we are doing that. So that's why if I run the code over here and you come into the file, you're going to see it's going to write a Python file. So it's going to imagine that every work I'm doing, I'm writing it into a Python file. And that is why it is so good to do all your work within Google Colab. Okay. Then the next thing that we want to do is we need to import our dependencies, like our libraries. So I'm going to import Streamlit. I've installed it before. So I import Streamlit as ST, import pandas as PD, and import joblib. Now, what is the use of Streamlit here? Of course, that is what we're using to build the web application. Pandas here, we help us to operate a data frame within Streamlit. Then joblib is what we use. We dumped our model here in the first stage. Let me clear this output. We dumped our model here, which is that we saved our model. But to open the model, we also need joblib to open it. So we have to import joblib here. Or if you've imported it here before, you probably don't need to import it again. But I just did this for clarity. Now we'll move to the next thing, which is to load the trained model. So using joblib.load, and we pass in the name of the trained model just like we had it before. And we store it into model. You can store it, you can give it any name. These are just variables. You can store it with any name, but it's just easier to call it model because it's a model. Then the next thing is we need to create a function, the function to predict the price. So in the end, this is the function that will be called whenever we click on the button to make prediction after having all our input. Now within the function, we need to do two things. One, it needs to first convert the input dictionary to data frame, And what is that about? When you pass in information from the web app, Streamlit receives everything you pass into it as a dictionary. It receives it as a dictionary. Now, but our model can only understand the information you are passing in to make prediction as a data frame. So that is why it is important that these features that you're going to be putting, how do I put it now? The input features that you're going to be receiving on the front end, they come in as dictionary, and we have to convert it to a data frame before we can make prediction on it. That is what makes it important for these two commands to happen. So input data, so pd.dataframe, which is the command that we use to convert a dictionary into data frame, and we pass in the features. We pass it in here, and it's going to convert to a data frame. So this input data now, which is now a data frame, is what we're going to make our prediction on. So you just store the prediction, you say equals model.predict input data, then you return the prediction, and that's it. Then the next stage is now what we've done here is we've created a command for our prediction to happen. Now we need to create a function that will help us have the web application. So it is from this stage now that we want to start implementing Streamlit. So you can see, of course, creating a normal Python function, dev.main. So we call it main, and st, which is Streamlit, we say import Streamlit as st. So to have a title for our application, you use st.title, then st.write. This is just like a label below the title, and that's just it. Enter the following details, something like a label below the title. And the next thing is we need to create our input feed. So within on the web app, there'll be forms, like form fields, where you will input the features so that you can get prediction. And those are the things we are creating here. So we need to receive an input about our DBH, which is a number input. Our DBH is a number input. If you check our data, I'm going to, under where we loaded our data, I want to show us. Okay, look at something like this. DBH is a number. a normal, like a continuous number. This dbh is a continuous value. Height is a continuous value. Also age is a continuous value. Then species, you can see it's category. Soil type is category. Latitude is a normal number. Then timber price. So these are the different ones that are category. Age is a category. Then species is a category. Then soil type, not age is not a category. Species is a category. Soil type is a category. And we need to implement that in Streamlit. Okay. Now, so dbh, you say st.number input, which is the function. Just receive a number, then give the label, diameter at breast height, the minimum value you want to pass into the form field. You say 0.1, and if you are increasing it within the form field, there's a place where you can just, instead of typing in the number, you can just use an arrow down, arrow up to increase the number. You're saying step 0.1. You can just set anything based on the data property that you have. Then the height, we do the same thing for the height. The age, we do the same thing. But for the species, because it's a category, we use select bus instead of number input, and we pass in the categories as just what we have in our input data. So it's just simply replicating what we have in our input data. So you see, so spruce, oak, all the categories we have. We do the same thing for soil type. Okay, and that's it. For soil type also, we use exactly the same thing because it's category. We have sandy, we have clay, we have loam. Then longitude, latitude, they are just regular number, and these are the minimum value, the maximum value, and how the step increases. Now, the next thing is now that we want to create a dictionary from user input. So when we pass this information in the front end, we want to create a dictionary from the user input, which is the dictionary that we are going to convert into a data frame here. So we want to store whatever input is coming from Streamlit, we want to store it within a dictionary so that in the end, we can now convert the dictionary into data frame. So this input feed that we create here, we are storing it into dbh, because in dictionary, you have the keys and the value. So we are saying this dbh is a value of this key in this dictionary. Then height is stored within height, then age, species, soil type, latitude, longitude. Now, if you notice the name of the keys that we have in the dictionary, you will see that they are labeled exactly the way we have it in the data frame that we use to build our model. The way you spell dbh, the way you spell height, the way you spell age, don't spell it incorrectly. You need to ensure that they are spelled exactly this way so that the model is not confused about what input is it receiving. So it is very important that you do that. So the next stage I want to do now is to just make the prediction, and that's it. Make the prediction, and you can see here we are creating a button below our form, which is you create a button using st.button, and we are naming it predict. Now what will happen? Now we're creating a condition here. If st.button, that is, we are saying when you click this button, so create this button, when you click it, what should happen? The prediction should call the predict price function. You see, call the predict price function. That is, this function will be called whenever you click this button. So predict price function, then predict price. You pass in the features, just like the dictionary we have here, and st.success is going to be just to have a color like green, showing that we have the right prediction. We have the result, that is the code run successfully. Okay, so just a quick overview. The first thing is we create a function of predict price where dictionary will be converted into data frame. Then we make the prediction using our model and return the prediction. Then we create another function, which is the main function, where we implement our Streamlit, different Streamlit functions from the title to the right and to the input field. Then we create a feature where we store whatsoever input somebody is passing in from the front end into a dictionary. Then the final dictionary is going to be converted using a function into a data frame, and the data frame is what finally the prediction is made on, and that's just it. And lastly, we need to add this part to be able to run our main function. So that is the use of this part to run our main function, and that's it. Okay, so that only the main function is what we are running within the application. So that's what we need to do. So we run this. Now we've been able to run this now. You can see overwriting app.py. By running this now, it's not running anything yet. It is not running anything yet. It's only storing app.py. It's helping us save this file. So now that we have this file saved, which is this app.py, we now move to the next stage where we're going to be running our code. Now we are using this IPv4 icon hzip.com. This is what we are using to help us run the Streamlit within Google Colab. And normally if you are running it in something like VS Code, you just say Streamlit run app.py directly. But we are running within Google Colab, so we have to go through a different route. So you have to use this command. So the only thing you need to change in your own case is whatever the name of your Python file is, that is this app.py. If your own is model.py, whatever you call it, this all you just need to change. Just change this. Every other thing remains the same, and you just change this name, app.py. Where is this name coming from? It's coming from the Python file we created, and that's it. So let's run our code. Here now we want to run the Streamlit app. Okay, that's running. Now we are waiting for one more thing. Exactly. So this your URL is the temporary URL because we are running everything locally. We are not deploying in the sense of something that can be for public use. We are not hosting the Streamlit online yet. Okay, we're just doing something that we can run locally on a laptop, give it an interface, a web application that we can run here on our local host. If you are interested in seeing how you can deploy the Streamlit where it's going to be public and you can run it anywhere, like just open it as a link on your phone or anywhere, you can put it in the comment section. Just say, I want the video. When I see that comment, if I can get 10 comments of such, I'm going to create a video showing how you can deploy the Streamlit into a public web application where anybody in the world can just click and run the code. So if you're interested in that, just put it in the comment section and say, I want the video. I want the video. So we just need to click this and run it. So it's a temporary link. Okay. Then it's going to ask for the tuner password, and the tuner password is just this IP address. Just copy this IP address, this 34.125, and pass it into it, and you click on submit. And that's it. It's going to open our Streamlit application. So we just wait. And that is our Streamlit application. So you can see it's a web application now that we can interact with. So let's test it using information from our prediction. So I'm going to use this. So I want to insert these values, all these values, and see if it's going to give me the same prediction that we have here. So let's test it. So here DBH is 15, and I'm going to say diameter at breast height 15. The height is 11.74, thereabout. I paste it. The age is 21. The species is spruce, and the soil type is loam. Then the latitude is 43 point this, that's the latitude, and the longitude is minus this. I need to remember to add the minus, and that's it. So are you ready to make the prediction? Drum roll. So we click the predict, and that's it. Predicted timber price $11.30 US, and that's it, $11.30 US. So that is how you simply deploy your your model into a web application. So once again, if you want me to create a video where you can deploy it completely online and have it, anybody in the world can just click the link and run your data science web application, put it in the comment section and say, I want the video. When I get 10 comments, I'll surely record a video showing you how to do that in a very simple way. Okay, I believe this video is still less than 25 minutes, because that is my target, to have videos that are less than 25 minutes for you to learn something quickly and start implementing. So thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you've benefited anything from this video. If you've learned anything of value, just click the like button, smash the subscribe button to get the videos that I'll be recording of a similar nature that could also help you. So see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.